So yeah, totally. I mean, like, I think it works.
What works?
You know.
No, I don't know. Are you being funny because you already saw me hit the record button? Oh my god, Dan.
Hi guys, so this is Mr. and Mrs Weirdo, and today is episode 3. Yay.
Yay. Was that you or the cat?
I think it was the cat. You know them. It's like we lock them out and it's like...
You know them.
Let me So episode 3. I'm doing good. I was just thinking earlier this week about things that I would definitely think I would like to talk about.
And I couldn't think of anything because my mind is too...
preoccupied. Which, by the way, her shop is going to be adding some resin products soon. You want to explain that to them, maybe?
No.
Like, you don't want to talk about it? Like, with all the stuff that you bought, you wouldn't want to say one thing.
Well, for starters, I feel like people that watch this, people that like you, not me. Do you know what I mean?
Just say it.
Oh, now I just feel weird.
Oh my God.
Hold on, I have something perfect for this occasion.
I'm just saying that it's not just for people that already know me. It could be potentially anybody else on YouTube. Don't do that.
I'm being birthed. So we got epoxy resin. I say we got, but it's because you were exploring it with me. Silicone molds, like Ouija planchettes and tarot cards. There's one set that has like a triple moon goddess and like that little trinket box. I forget what it has on that. I forget what that other little set has. Hold on, I gotta itch my foot.
That's a long itch.
I'm sorry. There's one set that has like something like maybe a sphere, mini tiny triangle pyramid, little mini crystal things. Am I missing anything from the molds?
Honestly, there was a lot of molds we looked into.
He helped me. He was on Amazon too, searching. And then I got things like pigment, because you usually mix the epoxy in a pigment before you pour it. And then there's alcohol dyes that you can drip in. And they kind of like do cool things. And then I got a heat gun and a torch. You're like, do, 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 do. Because they do different things. A tumbler, turner. Just lots of things. If you're curious about my shop, in case you are watching and you are like watching for both of us and you're curious about things I do at my shop, I do have a vlog. I can link them below.
Yeah, I would.
Because I'm going to share all that. This week, though, I've been vlogging Monday through Friday. So this week, the first couple days, I'll be focusing on like little glass pendant looking things. They're called cabochon. I got like little tiny ear studs and little rings. Well, decent size rings.
On another note too, let us know if you would really like to see us try to do videos in the future of like, you know, reaction videos. I want to do them, but I just think like it would be better with both of us. And she has a good laugh to her, I think. So
I have different laughs. Also, why can't I speak today? What would we be reacting to? Like video trailers or people's random videos they do?
People do those sort of things like with anything. Like they'll find...
I know, but what did you have in mind?
Like, it could be scary, it could be funny. We could react to trailers. Yeah, we could do anything. That's a reaction video. It's like really react to anything.
I've seen people react, like people that are in the book community on YouTube. I've seen them react when trailers come out about, like, you know, a book that got turned into a movie. And then I've seen people react to like game trailers.
Well, I could even do that. Yeah. But yeah, just let us know too. Like, I would be down for that. I think it would be a great addition for, even for the channel.
I don't know if it's something in your gaming community, but in like the Sims gaming community, when they watch a trailer and react to it, they will actually go back and pick apart things from the trailer, like things which is kind of cool, because sometimes like the trailer goes, like the first sneak peek trailer, it goes by so fast. They'll be like, oh, look at this, you can tell they have a new terrain tool because you can see them put in the pond, or oh, look at this outfit, or oh, look at that kid's cooking, because you can like different things like that. Like they pick apart the trailer and help you realize things you might not have noticed, because trailers can be so quick when they're the teasers. I think that's neat. Do they do that in your community? Probably not.
Yeah, gaming, like, they'll break down, like, there's videos, like, for example, like, before you buy the game, just know, and then there's, like, spoilers usually, but they'll pretty much tell you how it is and whether it's worth your money. Now, some of those people do get paid by those gaming companies, so it's hard to decipher,
Oh, we got out of focus for a second.
whether they're paid to say, yeah. That's actually with anything. If you really think about it, like, for you watch makeup people sometimes.
Okay, but if you've been watching someone for a while, you understand their personality, and you kind of know, unless they're a really good actress, like, you pretty much know the real excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of people will say, like, even if I wasn't paid for this, I would get this product, which I think is kind of awkward to say to begin with.
Yeah, it is kind of awkward. That's like me getting a sponsorship finally, and I'll be like I use it myself, and I really don't.
Do you know what I find awkward? When they'll show something they really enjoy, like say I'm watching a girl's vlog and she's using like a new moisturizer. I'm thinking like these gamers are like, what the fuck? And she's like, I like it like so much, and I'm not saying it because I'm sponsored. That makes me like, hold on. So you're telling me sometimes you say it because you're sponsored and you don't really mean it? Like, it makes me think, like, should I not trust your sponsorships then?
Yeah, like, you need to be careful if you get a sponsorship, like what you say, because that could actually backlash you in a big way. And also, like, I don't think, this would be just about, the gamer community. Like, you put this out there, and it goes to anybody that's into whatever you put it in.
Like
you
vlogging. Mean podcast? Yeah,
like vlogging, podcast.
Yeah, but you already have so many videos on your channel to where I think the YouTube algorithm probably has a nest of like...
See, hold on. I never understand why I have to have... Now, if I was big, maybe I would see why I would need a separate channel for something else. But like, sometimes like, you're just you. And you just have different videos on
I think
subjects.
People a lot of the times will have a separate channel to like please their audience. So say you have a big gaming channel and you're constantly doing video games, and then out of nowhere you start doing movie reviews, and the guys that are there just for the games are like, why are you posting these movie reviews? So you're like, okay, I'm gonna make another channel and you can watch the movie reviews.
That's true.
I think it's just to please people. Although at the same time, just don't watch that video when it comes out. Not that hard.
I guess it's hard to please everybody. I mean, I'm not saying like that's the goal. Like hey guys.
Well, of course.
Like I'm not forcing it. I guess what I'm trying to say, but at the same time, they help you.
Can I just say I have no clue where we even got to this point of the conversation?
I think it started with doing reaction videos, and
then I asked you what kind of reactions. Yeah. So basically, you're just into anything.
Yeah. Like, I think, honestly, like, if you do a little bit of everything on a channel, like, that's a good, like, hey, this is me. This is my life. You know what I mean?
So, should it be one of those things where it's like, I find a video and like, I want to see what Daniel thinks of this. So I make you react to it, and then if you see a video, you want to see how I react?
Or we do both.
I hate the inauthentic ones where it's like, obviously... you saw this video and then you recorded your reaction, unless someone sent it to you and said like, hey, I want to see your reaction.
Yeah. I mean,
honestly, now you look so tall. What are you doing? I shrank my chair down. In
all honesty too, like, we could just pick a video, like, if something sounds good, and we could even ask, like, if you really don't want to watch it, Like,
I like authentic.
yeah, why don't we just ask your mom or somebody?
Hi, Mom.
To like, just like look it over and see what they think. I think sometimes the genuine ones, like, they'll just pick
Pause. Remember, genuine. It was from the 90s. It's genuine.
Okay.
You say it wrong. You say genuine.
That's how I've always known it as.
It's genuine. I like how your mouth just moved as I was saying it. Oh my god.
Who's right or wrong? Leave a comment. Anyway, so yeah, I guess we could just pick a random video and I'm sure you could search it up and.
Hey, what was that thing you were going to ask me today that you thought of?
Oh,
look at that little curl right there.
I was gonna say, like, top 5. You and I found out, like, the end was near, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we actually know the date and time.
Okay. Makes me think of a book that I already read, but go ahead.
So, in accordance to that, knowing this knowledge...
Oh, I'm sorry, but that sounded really intelligent. Like, in accordance with that. Go ahead.
You're such a shithead.
Just go.
So, what would you do with that information? And also, what would you do in those last, like, let's say a month? Like,
so, where's the top 5 come from?
It's basically, what is your top 5, like, things you want to cross off?
And I have a month. Do I have all the money in the world and I don't have to work?
You could say, fuck it, I'm going to use my credit card.
And I don't have to work?
No.
Okay. 1 month. Okay, so the very first thing I thought of is Aurora Borealis, because I've been saying that for at least over a decade, that I want to see that before I die.
Now, with that being said, if you had to, would you definitely, like, go into Canada illegally?
I guess it depends on what time of the year it is.
Yeah, but would you go into Canada illegally just to go up north?
I mean, maybe towards the end of the month of me dying. That way, in case I do get locked up, I'm not wasting the rest of my month down, like, in a jail cell. Okay, number 2.
Let's do 3, because you seem to have trouble.
Oh, man.
It's okay.
Well, my biggest thing, too, is it, like, just the obvious thing that I would want to spend time with, like, my close family?
Yeah.
So that doesn't get counted?
Like, you wouldn't tell them, right? You want everything, like, the way it is.
I guess I would want to do things that I've always been scared to do. Like, maybe skydiving.
You know what? I think I would do that with you.
Or surfing. Not surfing. Oh my god. I'm not fucking surfing. I'm in snowboarding. Oh! Sorry, I got excited. What are those things called where you're in the snow, but it's like a 4-wheeler, but not one wheel? What's it called? Snowmobile or something?
Yeah, snowmobile.
Yes.
That sounds fun.
Also 4-wheeling and, like, not like very steep hills, but a lot of different hills. Yeah, I guess just a lot of different things that I've always wanted to do. Also, that 4-wheeling part I would do without knowing how I was going to die.
Okay.
And also the snow one. But the snowboarding thing I'm scared of, and the skydiving.
See, I think maybe towards the end of the month, maybe me and you could skydive into Canada and just get lost in the woods with very little supplies.
And just die early?
Well, no.
To be honest, I would like my very, very last day to be with my whole family.
But like I said, would you tell them?
My special favorite people.
Like, would you tell them?
Actually, I think I would.
Why? Because, like, here's my issue with that. You tell them it's not going to be a genuine experience.
You said genuine. Does that mean you think I'm right?
Genuine.
He knows I'm right. Anyway, I get your point. Because if I tell them, it's going to be a lot of, like, crying versus just really, really... But what if I don't tell them and Caden's, like, in his bedroom and doesn't want to do anything with me and... I don't know. I would definitely need Caden there my last day. Caden's my nephew. He's 14. Well, our nephew. It's my sister.
So, you brought up skydiving, so now I gotta ask, but what is definitely 5 big fears, like, that you think you just can't handle?
If I was dying or just in general in life?
Just in general.
Yeah, I don't think I could do anything when anything that involves heights, like jumping out of a plane or skydiving, anything that involves the possibility of injury, especially knowing who I am. So I don't know if I would snowboard unless it was like a very baby hill. I would never ski. I just feel like I'm just gonna like
skiing.
That's what I picture. Just me
what,
doing
you
a
splitting
split.
your legs?
Yeah, how do you like that on camera? A split.
Oh God. See, for me, like, one of them, it's always been a thing. I don't know why, but it's like you go in a water that you can't even see, like, to your feet.
I've done that many times when I was on the boat with my dad.
Like, remember that time, like, I thought COVID was, like, going to be the end of humanity. So when we went to the beach, remember I, like, took my chances and actually, like, went into...
You did not think COVID was going to be the end of humanity because we were in Ocean City and it wasn't even that bad yet.
I know, but I had a feeling it was going to be bad.
No, you didn't. Why?
I did.
Is this light too bright?
I don't know, is it?
Shit.
We got to start over.
No.
Look at
Hi
those
there.
pretty eyes.
Hi.
I can't believe you didn't think about that.
Is that better? I'm sorry, folks.
I guess now we're going to have to hope on your editing skills later. Anyway.
Cut.
No, I always hate not seeing, like, things below me, like in the water.
I mean, that's definitely a fear of mine now, but back when I used to get in the water, I was like a young teenager. So.
I even, like, in, like, public pools or something, like, I could see the bottom.
I would freaking hope so.
But, like, it was just, I guess, the depthness that also got to me. It's not so much anymore. But, I don't know. It's just kind of like one of those things.
I just want to do some ASMR really quick. This section of the video.
What are you fucking doing?
Shh. It's an ASMR video now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
What freaky ass shit was that?
ASMR. You've never seen that on TikTok? Where you go past the thing and they'll just be like, how are you doing today? You can get me for 2 hours. I'm going to make noises.
What the fuck?
You've never seen them on live?
No.
Well.
Not that. You know what I have seen, though? Is, like...
Oh, you know what I saw last night? I'm sorry. Can I interrupt you really quick?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks irritated. Go ahead, just tell me.
Well, no, it's like I've been seeing a trend of people, like, doing a filter and they're eating food and just...
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's creeping me out. I don't approve.
Also, please don't make that noise. Or just make it really loudly, really close to the mic. Do it.
Sounds like I'm a dog licking his water bowl.
Can I tell you what I saw on live last night?
Yeah, go ahead.
This girl was in her hot tub, not pool, a hot tub.
I know where this is going.
On a banana floaty.
Okay.
And she just had like her bikini on. She was talking.
Sex sells. How many people were in that live? If I had to guess, it was probably like 3K, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a couple thousand.
Yeah.
I was just like, man.
Bunch of fucking perverts
everywhere. You
everywhere.
guys can just go, I don't know. It's just like you want... I don't get it. Because you can watch movies with girls in bikinis too. Why is it so fun to watch them live?
People are obsessed with every part of any person, and it just sells.
You think there's someone obsessed with elbows?
Probably. Cankles? Probably. Your eyes? Probably.
Finger webs?
Yeah, fuck. Even finger webs. There's gotta be some person
armpits
out there. Even that. I mean, you know, in Europe they don't shave. So, like...
Some people here don't shave.
Well, It's more a thing overseas than it is here.
It's definitely gotten more bigger here.
Well, I mean, for guys, but I mean, like, I can't imagine for women.
I've seen it even on TikTok.
Like, on purpose or just for the viewership?
No, on purpose. Also, no judgment, because I really don't care if someone shaves their pits or not.
I mean, I'm hairy. You know that.
You're a guy. You're supposed to have hairy pits. For some reason, women... Like, when did that happen? When did women decide, like, oh, he has hairy legs, but I should have smooth legs. He has hairy armpits, but I should have smooth armpits. Yeah, I wonder when that even happened.
I don't know, because I think at one point, I think it was normal, wasn't it? Like, you know, women had areas with hair.
Areas with hair.
Well, I'm trying to keep it PG-13 now. I'm not going to say what.
Okay, well, I'm talking about, like, mainly, like, legs and armpits, because that's, like, the one thing that has always been, like, women shave there.
Well, I think it comes down to the fact that, like, you know, your kind has dealt with so much BS from guys for so long.
My kind?
Well, you know, your gender has definitely gone through a lot, I would say. Like, to the point where it was like, you were like a prized possession. And, like, you needed to be upkeeped and all that good shit. And it's like...
all that good shit. You just made it sound like you like it.
Well, I think what I remember is, like, throughout history is, like, randomly, like, the 1950s is when you saw, like, girls in bikinis finally. But usually before that, it was, like...
Oh, I love their bikinis back then. Which some of them are, like...
like, the ones that I'm thinking of where they were a little too big but had, like, polka dots and shit like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the ones that are, like, very high-waisted, which is back in now. People get, like, high-waisted bikinis.
Yeah, it's funny how, like, trends were back then come
Did
back.
you see the girl yesterday in Hobby Lobby with the flare pants? I mean,
thought
hers
so.
were, like, big bell-bottom. Like, started flaring from the knee.
I saw that. Oh! I saw that and I was like, are they back?
Yeah, they've been back.
Well, I didn't know that because
you know
the last time I saw them was like when I was, I think, in middle school, maybe.
Oh no, maybe that big, but like having flare pants, they would call them when I was in like high school. That lasted until like not too long before I met you, because I remember being so upset that now I had to always wear skinny jeans because I wasn't gonna wear straight leg. That just looks weird. I remember thinking how weird I looked in skinny jeans, and now that's all I want to wear. Like skinny around your ankle.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, you kind of wore skinny jeans too when I first met you.
I did not. Look, they were fine when I bought them. It's just like I was 160 pounds when I was like really low in weight. By the way, guys, truth, I was 280 when I left high school. I was not great in shape. It was only afterwards that I slowly committed myself to getting myself down. Luckily,
he's always been like this since I met him. Like, he's always been thin. Like, I didn't meet you when you were overweight. You were thin.
No. So, like, when I met you, I was probably 170. I got down to 160.
Okay, but I just mean, like, to me, 160, 170, same thing.
Yeah. Luckily for me, my first job was unloading trucks by hand. That really helped. Got down to 230. Yeah.
I lost 40 pounds after high school, but then I gained it back when I stopped going to the gym.
I think it's an obsession to just constantly want to be, like, not overly, you know.
The thing is, though, not to get at you, but, like, you can eat some bad stuff sometimes, and you'll just take, like, a walk where you're not, like, really, really getting your heart rate up, and you still stay the same size.
No, I mean, I notice things, like, sometimes I feel, like, bloated, and then that helps.
You've never really dealt with me in my life when I was going through a lot of diets. So you don't understand how it was for me. As soon as I stopped that diet, just the littlest thing about it, I would gain weight back.
You know what was crazy is how well that Atkins kind of did for the little time we did. And then it just came back.
Anyway, I had to stop it for, like, medical reasons, which is actually why I stopped it the first time. For, like, intense medical reasons. Like, I got really sick.
Like, I don't know if your mom
although, side note,
does it,
maybe I've had Hashimoto's all this time, and that's why I had issues losing weight.
I don't know if your mom still does it, but Like,
she kind of does like a modified
version.
Okay, when we did it, we always did it wrong. Like, we didn't realize, or we didn't care that you would have to slowly start incorporating more carbs. We just did very, very, very low. I think it was like 20 carbs. We did that for like several months when you're supposed to like slowly get a little bit more.
It seems like with their system, it was like resetting your metabolism almost, right? Because like you said, slowly introduce carbs, which means...
Well, no, just that there was this thing called ketosis. So you wanted your body to be in ketosis. That way you're constantly burning off fat. And we even had like these little strips that you'd pee on and see if you were in ketosis. Which last time when me and you did Atkins, remember, it wouldn't even let me get into ketosis.
Yeah. I felt like it did for me because I definitely noticed like the weight drop. I couldn't even
get into it. Which I don't know how long I've had Hashimoto's for, but again, maybe it's because of that. Maybe I was cutting out the wrong things.
Maybe.
I'm kind of curious if I would drop weight fast if I cut out gluten.
Do you think, like, being vegetarian has caused our body to do things weirdly now? Because I noticed, like, a difference now versus, like, when we did eat meat.
Honestly, since being vegetarian, I've never, like, went hard at like trying to lose weight again. So I don't even know how it would be different for me.
You know, it's weird is like I am like 212 now, but like I'm more fit than I was, you know, when I was super heavy. And then even when I lost weight, I wasn't like, you know, now you can see muscle on me. I
would actually be open to trying gluten free. I don't know if you would be able to handle it though.
I mean, I could. It's just...
But I'm not open to doing it and then just like throwing out our food.
I'm also kind of like, I guess I'm kind of like a food addict.
Although...
I like food. And I like bad stuff too. You know
I can just kind of cut out some gluten. I mean, I know we like our wraps for certain meals.
Yeah.
But like, that's why I got rice. You saw I got rice this week. That way I can make some things with rice instead of pasta.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get more of that chickpea pasta.
Oh yeah. Was it Renatoli or what's the brand called?
Is it like Bertolli?
Bertolli. Yeah, that stuff's
versus
good,
the
guys.
Banza or Banza.
You know what's weird is the other stuff and then versus this stuff had more flavor to it somehow. It tasted better.
I know I would definitely pick that kind of pasta over regular pasta.
Yeah. Like it makes you feel not like disgusting, but it
fills you up in like a more like energy driven kind of full versus like, I don't know.
Yeah, all of it's really weird. I just I gotta say though, like I think we do pretty good, like sticking to things. Of course, lately we've been eating out a lot because, well, you don't.
I would like some meals that are like quick during the week too.
But you're the one that comes up with the grocery list.
I know, because sometimes it's hard to pick between affordability and easiness.
Where's the affordability?
Like, I would love to get stuff for like salads and stuff, but I don't know how you would feel about eating salads for dinner. You're always like, I hope you're making something good.
Well, if it's a really good salad instead of the stuff you get from the bag.
Oh no, I want like ones that have like peppers and cucumbers and...
Well, you know veggies are cheaper than anything that's in the freezer.
But when you're going to make a salad, like I feel like we should be able to eating them for a couple days because, you know, it gets pricey. It's just two of us eating it.
Yeah, I mean, like...
I would eat them for lunch every day.
Like, I believe that...
Or dinner.
Your lunch, like, in any culture...
Your lunch should be heavier than your dinner.
Yes. So when I come home, like... I don't know, like, that could be the issue also. It's like, just, you know, it's not a good meal for dinner.
Can I make salad for dinners?
You can. I never said you couldn't.
I could start
This is the problem. You don't tell me these things.
Because you always tell me, like, oh, I want something really good. Like, I want to make those soba noodles, which are really healthy for us to eat. And you'll be like, but I want something really filling.
I'm just not a string.
Oh, my foot.
I'm just not a string pasta kind of guy. I'm weird about like spaghetti noodles, guys. I've had my fill of them. Now, rigatonis or whatever, spiral
But these
noodles.
aren't like... It just came out of nowhere. These aren't regular spaghetti noodles. They're made out of buckwheat. They're soba noodles. They're really healthy
they're
for
from
you.
Japan.
You
I
just,
get that.
Can I just cut them up into little pieces and you'll ignore it? Oh, yay.
You're funny. So, speaking of funny, did you know that I found out that there is a actual position or a job that involves you hunting down like things that supposedly don't exist? It's called the zoologist or whatever it's called. They're the type of people that will look for like creatures like Bigfoot and stuff.
And that's what zoologists do.
I think that's the term, but like there's literally people that do it for a living.
I don't think that's all they do.
Well, they discover creatures. I think it's weird, like when you think about it, like like I've experienced stuff in my life, like paranormal and UFOs, and this is where I can go in with this. Is like,
I'm sorry, I'm not getting bored with you. I got a headache.
oh,
Keep talking.
Maybe. But I guess growing up, like I used to love looking at books about things like poltergeist, ghost.
Yeah, I remember my friend Stephanie at the time got me a big old haunted book. I still have it. Different stories.
I would read about werewolves. I would read about other things, because like even like the idea that maybe if the exact thing in the book does not exist, it doesn't mean there could be a version out there that maybe we just haven't looked. Because think about this, Bigfoot, they believe, is the North American ape version of the continent. And I say that because there is like a monkey or an ape in different countries. And for some reason, we don't have it. But here's the thing.
Oh my goodness.
You're judging me right now.
No, I just want to say something and you're just like...
Okay.
It's like... So you think there could be a version of Bigfoot. And I'm thinking a lot of these things that we view as supernatural some of them might be based off of actual things that we're seeing.
Like, I'm super into like if there was an actual job where I would get to go to scenes of paranormal activity or something, I would so fucking do that, because I would be that guy that's like, okay, so obviously there was a dimensional rift right here. Like wouldn't you find that fascinating? Like that would be your job, to investigate the unknown, and you'd be like, how the hell did this hole come out of a 3-story building up top? That's perfect. You know what I mean?
When you have to have some kind of like science background to really be able to dissect things.
People that I think deal with ghosts, I don't think they.
No, I'm not talking about ghosts. I'm talking about like things like you just said, like there's a hole in the building. Like,
I mean, you could take some courses maybe to understand science in a way, because they believe that there's other dimensions out there. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think recently they made Einstein's, what is it called? Einstein's theory of relativity that talks about wormholes, things of that nature. Like there could be a different version of me and you in another playing field.
Oh, I read a book about like that.
But I think what fascinates me is like hearing stories, whether they're true or not. But like you hear stories about, like, I think there's one that was about these 2 kids that were both green that came through a hole or something. They ended up in a village. This was like...
That makes me think of Plant Sims.
Well, and this happened like, I think the 1500s or something. Now, get this. The boy died, but the girl lived on.
The boy died like not soon. Soon after he
because
came
they
out.
weren't. Yeah, because he was falling ill for some reason, and they believed it could have been maybe...
I mean, it could have been something stupid as, like, a common cold back then.
Yeah. It just raises the questions, like, was it legit? Was it, like, something, you know, like...
It also makes me think of this other book where it's like...
Yeah.
Shut up.
Anything I tell you is like a book.
Seriously, it's like about these kids that went through into different worlds but came back kind of feeling lost, like the kids that went into Narnia, like different things like that. It's like a whole book series on it.
Yeah, I think it's just fascinating just to hear the stories.
Sorry, my nose gets really itchy.
But that's also like unsolved crimes and murder mystery, like, you know, like those kind of things like make you think too. I love the, like, you know how we would...
I love watching that kind of like unsolved kind
I
of
also, yeah, but we also love watching like say Jeffrey Dahmer or which, you know, you end up learning a lot about.
What was that on Peacock, right? No, not Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm thinking of that.
Well,
one.
Jeffrey Dahmer, the guy that played, you know, an American Horror Story. He's doing a Netflix thing where he plays Jeffrey Dahmer.
Which one am I thinking that was on Peacock that we...
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, that was so good.
And then there's Ted Bundy.
Netflix.
And then, yeah.
Nightstalker, Netflix.
Yeah, Nightstalker. Nightstalker's one of the... I think he's worse than any of them. Because if you really think about it, Nightstalker wasn't really a people person. These other people were. Nightstalker would just come into your house, rob you for whatever reason, and then just like, hey, I'm going to kill you right now. And just probably have sex with you. That stuff is just like... That's the closest thing I can describe to like inhumane shit.
He was seriously, seriously disturbed.
And then the other people, like, with John Wayne Gacy, like, there's a, you know, that series we watched, it did get me thinking, like, what if there was more involved? You know what I mean? Because he had connections, like, super deep connections with people within the city and people, like, around.
Yeah, there was stuff along
Not
with
to
that
mention,
that
like,
just...
you know how, like, his execution date, they did not let the family see what was going on inside. So that's another thing that I think, like, this is what made me think of that book idea I told you I could write, where what if there was, like, all these killers still among us, and they just work for the government now with new identities and
Depends
shit.
on the killer, because some of them are so freaking twisted.
Yeah. I was going to call it Section 8 because it's due to the fact that in military terms that means you're like insane.
Section 8?
Yeah.
It's like Section 8 housing.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying that actually was a term. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it.
Should be called like Cell Block Z or something.
But yeah, like, there's that and some other people, like even Ted Bundy, like, it made me think, like, you know, like, when we watched, what was it, American Horror Story? And then that one girl went under, and she came back alive. Like, what if they did that stuff? You know what I mean? Like, just, like, put on a show, come back to life, and now here's your new identity. Now you need to work with us. Because when you think about it, Ted Bundy was already getting calls from the FBI and stuff.
Let's say you need those killers that, like, were sick, obviously, but they also had, like, intelligence to them. Like,
yeah, they weren't fucking stupid. Like, they were smart to a degree, and they eventually
But, like,
got
someone
caught.
like the Nightstalker, let's not recruit him for that for your book, because I don't think he was just... He wasn't really smart. He was just twisted.
Unless you write him in, like, being like, he is
the
a
fuck
liability.
the fuck up that they chose to keep around, but it was a bad decision kind of thing. You should write this book, because it is a cool idea.
Well,
start it.
I need your help.
No, you don't.
I can't write.
You wrote a whole book, Dan.
Yeah, I did, but I'm not happy with it. I felt like I rushed it because, like, I don't like taking too long on a project.
If you don't like that, then you shouldn't do any projects.
But that's the thing. Like, I know I can come up with stories. I just need help doing them. I think if I had help, like, that would just speed up things. Because I'm not a fast typer. You know that. So,
I'm not either anymore. Like,
because your nails are so long. Oh my god. Yeah, what's up? No, I got 4 people on hold, but I can talk.
Okay. Just be chewing gum then.
So, I was gonna get back to it, but
You're talking a lot. You're not even letting me cut in for a little bit of commentary. You're just like, I'm like, damn.
What do you have to say? What do you have to say?
Well, you got me off most of the time. That's okay. You keep going.
So do you...
I'm here to listen to you.
So do you believe that there is, like, I don't know, a description of creatures that, you know, like what we perceive as Bigfoot could actually be legit, and we just haven't found them yet? Which I'm surprised, because it's like 2021.
Look at all the creatures in the ocean that just randomly get discovered, because the ocean is, you know.
Yeah, they discover creatures, I think, every year.
Oh, the mermaid ones just creep me out.
Can you imagine if there was actual mermaids somewhere?
Have you seen the footage? Unless someone's really, like, altering shit, which people that do that, they suck. Like, it looks legit.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? There's actually, this is why I love anything like mysterious and stuff. I forget where it is. It's somewhere in Russia. It's one of the biggest lakes. So there is this thing that's down there that's a mysterious object, but it looks like a ship, but not like a normal ship. It looks like it could be a spaceship, right? In this same lake too, there is these issues where there's mermaids. Now what's funny about these
mermaids?
Well, yeah, these mermaids, I'm sure I could look it up. I know it's somewhere like in one of the big Russian lakes. They call it a Russian lake. It's like a big sea, but it really isn't. It's just like, you know. But yeah, they sent a whole version of Navy SEALs down, and some of them like ended up like dead.
What were they looking for?
Well, there was issues and something like investigations, like the Gremlin, or I forget what year this was.
What do you think killed them?
I think it could be something.
Like what?
Like it could be like maybe
the mermaids. I'm just trying to get you to say mermaid.
I just say like it could be possible.
I was literally just trying to get you to say mermaid, and it wasn't working.
I knew where you're going, motherfucker. I was not gonna. No.
You usually do.
But yeah, they say that, and then there's apparently a Loch Ness footage that leaked recently that I thought was legit. And in America, there's like Lake Champlain somewhere up north.
Is that a real word?
Champlain?
Champlain?
I think that's how you pronounce it. Supposedly that's our version of Loch Ness. Like, how could you not think like there might be creatures that are still around? In Africa, there is a village that they swear that in the jungle near that village, there's dinosaurs still there.
Bullshit.
They are afraid, legitly, to go in that jungle. Now, I don't know if it's staged by them, to, hey, help us out, or it's like legitly like real.
It's probably just some creatures we don't know about.
But I've seen like things online that make me question. Like there was a really good Civil War photo where it looked like they shot down like a bird from like Jurassic Park, like in the Civil War.
Okay, when you said Civil War, it made me think of Civil War Gold, and it made me think of Curse of Oak Island. When's that coming back?
Huh? It's been back.
Why didn't you tell me?
How are we watching it?
Really?
I don't know how we're watching it.
It's not on any of our streaming?
Probably not. I mean, I don't even think Hulu's up to date. Hulu's losing a lot of shows, by the way. Bob's Burgers, like I was watching.
Do I even... Oh, no, I do use Hulu.
They used to have all of their seasons. Now it's just season 1.
I feel like all these freaking networks want to come out with their own streaming thing.
And then that's just like $20 here, $20 there.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
That's what we paid cable for. That's why I didn't want cable anymore.
But you see these networks are like, oh, we can make money.
And then 10 years... Not 10 years. Let me speak. 4 years from now, they're all going to get together and be like, hey, why don't we all combine it and charge one fee? And then someone's going to be in the background thinking, like, that's what fucking cable was. It's stupid.
People are dumbasses.
I mean, we have a couple, but...
You know what's even worse is, like, people like Disney Plus. New movie comes out. Guess what? They'll charge you for it. You don't have to go to the theaters, but you can pay double to go see it.
Except for Paramount. Did you see that Paramount... what was that movie? I think it was Clifford that was supposed to come out in theaters that Bilbo wanted to see, my other little nephew.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that was on Paramount for free. Paramount has some of the ones that are in theaters for free.
But
that's worth you paying for.
Exactly. And it just boggles my mind that if you really think about it, it shows what a company mindset is. Disney's like, $30 for this. Or you could pay $20 and go out.
Well, you're saying 20 because you're thinking of just 2.
I think Disney is honestly evil.
But no, think about the families that have like 4 kids. $30 to them instead of going to the theaters. It's cheaper. Especially when you think of the kids wanting popcorn and candy and soda.
That's true.
It is cheaper.
I think it's funny, like, Disney is like kind of a ripoff.
Don't make fun of Disney. It's not a ripoff.
No, I just... No, don't shh me. I'm going somewhere with this. I like their stuff. Don't get me wrong.
You love their stuff, so why all of a sudden are you making fun of Disney?
No, because, like...
I'm not making fun of them.
I'm not making fun of Disney, but you know, like, them charging for a new movie versus other competitors, it's kind of like, to me, greedy, and they took advantage of everybody during pandemic, I think, by doing that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean, movies that were supposed to be in theaters?
Yeah.
They had to recover some of their costs from it being made.
They merchandise. They make a fortune off, probably. I mean,
yeah, but they don't want to go backwards when it comes to, like, their...
You know, like, when you worked at Acuity, those lights that you ship out, you know they made up any losses with, like, a couple trucks.
It's just...
It's just saying, it's insane. But I saw a meme for Disney that, you know, Pixar version of, like, movies, right? And it got me thinking, like, holy shit, this is accurate. So each year, major movies were like, what if fish had feelings? What if toys had feelings? What if feelings had feelings? And it's just like, is this literally, like, Pixar just being lazy, like, in one room, and they're like, so what do you think, guys? What feelings should we cover next?
Yeah, but it takes more than that to, like, actually make the plot.
I guess so.
And, like, this whole entire storyline versus just having...
I just can't imagine the one guy that's, like, the guy. He's like, so, Jonathan, what's your next idea? Okay, get this. What if a crow had feelings? Genius.
Well, it's not just feelings. It's, like, a personality. A story. Friends. A dialogue. Not just feelings. Because you can just show a crow just, like, silent somewhere and just start crying or laughing. You get my point.
I guess so.
Oh, how about this? What if food could talk and have personalities?
Seth Rogen already did that.
Let's make it adult-like for some freaking weird reason.
Yeah, that was my least favorite movie from Seth Rogen. Which, by the way, he's coming out with a movie for the first time in a while. You know what he's gonna be in? It's called Tom and Pam.
What's it about? Is it like...
No, you know Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson when they were together?
No, I didn't know them, but sure.
You don't know who Tommy Lee is? Who's the drummer?
Yes, I know who he is. I don't know him.
Do you know Pamela Anderson?
I'm just being funny. Like, I don't know them personally.
What? Stupid.
Sometimes you just don't get me.
So, I forget who's streaming it, but it's basically him and the one other dude. You would recognize him. I can't think of his name. It's based on the true story. I guess somebody broke into his house and found his porno tapes, and that's how it leaked out. And Seth Rogen plays one of the guys that broke in. He's actually doing a serious role.
Oh, really?
It's kind of a serious role.
I want more comedies.
What was that one we liked where it had Zac Efron and him in it? And there was like a sequel to it, but it was like a female version. Like a sorority.
Was it Neighbors?
Thank you. Yeah. Neighbors 3.
Female version?
Yeah, the second one had that one.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why.
Remember it had that joke where it was like, Zac Efron was like, good idea painting those like tampons or something. And it's like, we didn't paint them. It was just throwing discarded things at him getting into his car or something. Oh, that made me cringe watching that. Of course, I think you thought it was funny.
No, it's disgusting.
Bad.
I don't know why, but I'm already tired and it's only 2:30.
You're already tired? And it's 2:30.
And I have to do finish my order and ship them both out.
Oh yeah, for tomorrow. By the way, you're at 32, right?
32 what?
Orders this month?
I thought I told you 30.
Yeah, you
I
did
didn't
yesterday.
get 2 more.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, those are the ones that I got late Friday. If you order late Friday, it doesn't go out till Monday. If you order early Friday and I don't have a lot of orders to do, then it can go out the next day.
Like I said, guys, if you're not sure what to get anybody for Christmas...
But order soon. I know where you're coming with this. If you want to go to my shop and order as soon as possible, because you want to make sure it gets to you quickly.
And there's a link down below. Help small businesses out. She definitely makes good quality. The one thing that I will say is, like, some of the customers you deal with, though, like, on the outside, I'm going, like, where are their intelligence at? And you know where I'm going with this. She had one guy yesterday. I thought his name was Dave. No, his name was what?
Don't do that. Don't put the customer's name out there. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
All right.
But you can tell the story.
So she told me, like, he gave a 1-star review because he was stupid not to, like, think how big the item was.
Oh, no, I think he gave a 3-star.
I thought he gave you a 5.
Oh, he changed it to 5.
Oh. But my point is, doesn't that drive you insane?
What he said in the review, too, is, like, all I got was 1 or 2, which, by the way, it was 2, because that's what he paid for, of these small AF stickers. And yes, they are small, but guess what? There's a description in the listing to tell you how big they are.
I mean, doesn't that bother you as a shop owner?
I am literally going to go through my listings. I'm going to have to do it slowly because there's like 100 and some listings. And take a picture with different items that are like known, like a penny.
You should edit. I think you should edit your photos.
It's going to take a lot of time. It's a lot of listings.
But you should take the coexisting photo, maybe add the measure meter and put that like that. Because it seems like people are basing off what they see now.
Okay, but then I recently had that one with the rings, and even when you can see 2 rings in a box that fit perfectly, somehow still in their head they're like, oh, I thought this was going to be really big. Why? You see the photo with an object. So I do have some that have like this little line and I have right how many inches.
Well, that's like the person that got, you got a sale in Germany.
That's the one I was just mentioning, the ring boxes.
Yeah, and I still can't believe that. And then they were having the gall to complain about the money. It's like, it came from America to Europe.
Majority of the cost of their item was their shipping, which I don't get that money. That's not money that goes to me.
That's why I don't understand. Like, these people, man, like, I don't think
But I do also have some awesome customers. I have some people that are like this one guy, like, I think I mixed up his order with another lady's order, the decal, and I was like he was super nice. I was super nice. I sent him a new one. I actually sent him an extra free one, and he was just like so nice. He was like, no, I don't mind. Like, it's okay. Like, I like supporting like good, like, creative artists or whatever, but like I do have really nice ones.
Yeah.
Like, you can even see in my reviews, I have majority of the people are
happy. Nice. And that's why I said, like, I'm amazed you don't get more going for your shop as you should. Because, like, you do take the time to, like, write cute little notes.
I don't write notes.
You don't? You used to.
A long time ago when I had less orders.
Well, that tells you how much.
But I package it very nicely. Like, it's a
you
gift.
Package it. And you make it look, like, presentable. Mm-hmm. That way, as soon as they get to their doorstep, it's, like, nice. It's, like, ready to go, and just give it to the person or open it, and you're just happy. I would assume they're happy. I don't.
See, what would you rather do? Open up a box and there's, like, tissue paper and, like, a nice little thank you sticker, or the box that you open up and there's, like, a tiny box just thrown in a bigger box? Amazon.
See, well, that's what I was going to say. Amazon's more industrial. Yeah, they have things on the outside of the box, but, like, it's not, like hand done. But it's just slapped together by somebody.
Why will you get a box that's this tiny and a box that's this big and it's just shaken in there, and they don't put, like, they can even put, like, that brown paper in there to kind of, like, stuff it in. Like, Amazon makes decent money, I'm sure. Why don't they use bubble wrap or brown paper?
I don't know. Maybe they have it and they're so behind that those idiots at, making $15 an hour, which, by the way, their advertisement for their jobs, like, I make $15 an hour. I think they do have
I think each person does have a quota to meet, so maybe it's just their Amazon themselves expectations are so high that it pushes their employees to cut corners.
Meanwhile, Benzo's enjoying the high life, going to space in his dick rocket. So,
do you want to wrap this up?
I guess saddens me. I love recording these with you.
Do you?
That's why I want to do more videos with you.
Oh.
I like doing stuff with you.
You talked a lot in this one.
Did I?
It's good. You gotta, give them what they want.
Well, then, just next time bring your A game, girl.
I know, but part of it is because I'm also tired. I did have a headache, but I'm happy to announce that it is gone.
What is gone?
A headache.
Okay. Let's keep it that way. Alright, guys. So, we'll see you again for episode 4. And hopefully, maybe we'll put out another video of some kind, too. With episode 4. I love you.
Come close. We end each one with a hug. But this time I'm not going to be like, oh, you think you get to close it out? I'm going to close it out. I'm just going to let you close it out.
Da-da-da.
Peace.